right up until the time they leave the showroom. Then they're used. Just like every quality used RV on our lot. Somebody pays full price at the RV show or at the new RV store, and in a matter of seconds, it's worth tens of thousands of dollars less just because they picked it up.
Where does all that money go, Rick?
It stays in our customers' pockets, Bob, because we sell those same RVs just a few years later. If it wasn't for new RV buyers, we'd be out of business. That's why we give thanks every year. You make it all possible.
And that's Noble.
NobleRV.ca.
When the ground freezes, you wonder how anything can get done. And instead of staying outside in temperatures that would make a polar bear cry, you head inside where it's toasty and warm. But that's not what GS Construction does. Because while the ground freezes above, we plan below, rebuilding and revitalizing the systems that keep our communities working year after year. Now, don't worry. GS Construction promises to do everything safely and efficiently, and we'll wear our extra warm clothing outside. For more on what we do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy
with Halley and Douglas
on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
It's 11:02. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Donovan Paulson with you here. A loaded studio here on this first day of 2026 on Fantasy Frenzy. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys were crushing it over the weekend, the last few days, Duke. Well, let me just say, shout out to Wilhauk Beef Jerky, our sponsor. Alberta's best beef jerky. Now, I'll take it a step further. Canada's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go pay him a visit out in Leduc. I guess, as we like to say, thank us later. Duke, how was your New Year's? You know what? I was texting you and Declan during football, getting no response. I'm like,
were those texts on New Year's Eve or the morning game?
The morning game.
Yeah, I was barely conscious.
I was like, Duke must be dying. Declan was probably too into the games.
That is fair. Yeah, no, I woke up to all those messages and then felt like I was too far past it to respond to them.
I predicted an Oregon Ducks fake punt, and I told people that I was with.
You're sitting there on the couch, you're like, they're gonna fake punt,
and they're just like, we don't care. It was actually like so, and then Benny buh. I'm like, oh, I gotta text the group, and then nobody cared.
Okay, well, I apologize. Yeah, no, I had a pretty late one on New Year's Eve.
What'd you guys do?
So I went down to just outside of Thorsby, Chance and Trina Martin's home. They were not there; they were at the Oilers game.
Nice.
But their son Brant, his wife Rebecca, Cora, they all hosted us. Good little group. Watched the games, had some food, had mini drinks, played some Nintendo Switch. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the game called Overcooked.
No, haven't heard of it.
I'd never played it before, but it's basically like the show The Bear.
Oh, okay.
It's like that.
I need hands.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen the show.
And then we played Burial Card. Then you got some cards and stuff going after that as well. But it was a late one. I think it was close to 5 o'clock by the time I crawled into the rack and slept for 4 hours, I guess, and then up and back home where I went right back to bed. I put the game on my bedroom TV. Wasn't watching with the most attentive nature.
No,
say that. I was
fair.
in and out of sleep.
Consciousness.
Great night turned into day.
Yeah, well, glad
was
to
your
hear
New
it.
Year's Eve equally as exciting, Connor?
Ashley was in bed by, I want to say 10:30. Benny 8. I watched Stranger Things, missed the countdown. I was pretty locked in.
We also missed the countdown. So then we just did the Pacific time zone one.
I mean, when you have kids, you celebrate the Eastern time zone or whatever, right? So you get that out of the way. You guys can do it kind of the opposite way. I mean, whatever. It's I would say there was a 5-year period where I was into New Year's, and then it was just like I don't care anymore.
And here's like for me, even during that like peak year, it was kind of just another night out.
That's the excuse for what it was, right?
Right?
Yeah,
Like
I can go get drunk on a Tuesday.
It's just like when your birthday is in the middle of the week in those years of your late teens, early 20s, even mid 20s. It's like, oh, my birthday's on a Wednesday. Well, I'm just going to go and get hammered with my friends, and I'm allowed to because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Whereas now, listen, having the day off for January 1st was kind of nice, broke up the week, but it also kind of was not great in that sense, given our job, because it was like there's so much to talk about. It all just parlayed into today.
Yeah. I mean, and like yesterday felt like a Sunday.
It did. And I was wishing it felt more like a Saturday, as in I didn't have to become alert and, book some guests and get things prepared for hosting a radio show.
Yeah. Well,
but we got through.
Got through it. You guys are down to the final like 54 minutes. Well,
not Donovan.
Donovan's got a long stretch. Yeah, me and Donovan are in this together, except he's already been working for 4 hours and I was not. It was an awesome day yesterday in the college football landscape.
That game last night, wow.
Yeah.
What a thriller.
You got to give credit to the Ole Miss, the whole program. Like, to lose your head coach and then just be like, well, whatever, let's just move on and not let it really hold us back and beat a very good Georgia Bulldogs team who beat you in the regular season. You guys have talked about the 4 remaining head coaches, how they're all in the Alabama system.
I had not. No, I didn't even get to that with Declan.
Dan Lanning was with Alabama in 2015, head coach of Oregon. Ole Miss's Golding was there for 5 seasons. Kirby Smart was there.
Yeah.
Signetti was there. And then Cristobal as well. So you had like 5 coaches.
Was Cristobal not the coach of Oregon before he was the coach of Miami?
He was, yeah. He was the head coach when Justin Herbert was there for 1 year.
Nice.
Probably gave him the job in Miami. Propelled him.
Yeah, lifted the program enough that they're like, this guy's good. Let's go get him.
100%. Well, we will talk Oilers for sure, but I think Kurt Signetti is like one of the most fascinating guys. Have you ever heard his pressers?
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
When they said, like, how do you handle recruits and transfers and get them to come to Indiana, who has not been a football powerhouse? He said, I win. Google me. I was like, that is unbelievable.
Well, how about even last night in the post game, the reporters asking him, like setting it all up. You guys turned the program around in this short of time. Now you're headed to the semifinal and college football playoff. And he's like, yeah, I'd make a pretty good movie. That was then just full stop. And then the reporter's like, who would play Kurt Signetti in the movie? He's like, I don't care.
He looks like Will Ferrell and the other guys. Like he's just like
he looks like an accountant.
Yeah, like, okay, and this guy's just one of the best football minds in college football.
And then you have his quarterback who looks like he should be out knocking on doors, trying to sell you the life and times of Jesus Christ.
A good word.
And no, he just happens to be a Heisman-winning quarterback who's probably going to be the first overall draft pick in the upcoming NFL draft.
Yeah, I was watching that game at my parents' house. My dad's like, what's the draft hype on this kid? Like, probably a Raider. Like, probably the first overall pick.
The Raiders.
And like, doesn't, the classic Raider doesn't fit into that mold at all. But maybe they don't need that.
This might be the best case scenario. It's like now that they're playing in Vegas, the talk is like, are they going to be out of the street? As if like every other city doesn't have bars and party scenes and, rippers and whatever. But Vegas just dialed up a little bit. No, let's just get this nice Midwest kid, corny as hell, but damn good at playing football. Get him in there. Less distractions.
That's what you want. You don't want a distraction. I mean, and to be fair, the Raiders had that in Derek Carr. I think the upside with this guy's a little higher than what Derek Carr was, but you had that kind of boring quarterback.
Mm-hmm. But like when Carr moved to Vegas, he'd already been in the league for what, like half dozen years?
Probably, yeah. Well, I don't even know exactly.
I can't remember.
I'd say at least 4.
The transition from Oakland to Vegas is actually a very big blur spot in my memory bank, because I'm like, when did that happen? Last year or 10 years ago? It's obviously somewhere in between, but I can't tell you how many it's been.
It was kind of a quick one, because I think like the Chargers were like, yeah, we are going, and then it was like in the offseason, I feel like the Raiders were like, oh yeah, us too.
Oh yeah, we're also leaving.
We'll also be making the jump. Although a little bit different. But anyways, the college football playoff, amazing. The NHL, of course, rolling on here. You got the Edmonton Oilers in action tomorrow, 1:30, taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Today, you do have the Winter Classic out in Florida. I know you guys had David Dwork on the show, talking a little bit about the Florida Panthers and how they've been playing up against the New York Rangers. It's going to be played where the Miami Marlins play.
Correct.
There's the roof that opens up in 14 minutes. Where do you come out on the Winter Classic? Like, do you care anymore?
Yeah, I do. Like, I'll watch this game tonight. Now, granted, it's on at the same time as Team Canada's playing quarterfinals against Slovakia, so it will be on my, side screen, my secondary screen. Team Canada will have the big screen, but like, I can appreciate what the NHL is trying to do, right? Like, this is a non-traditional hockey market. It's South Florida. But this is also a team that has won back-to-back Stanley Cups. Like, they deserve a little extra shine and push inside their own market. And from everything David said, it's shaping up to be a great event. He said that he was on the ice himself, said it's good. Players didn't seem to have any complaints about it from yesterday's practices. And he said they've like the team, the league, everything they've got set up around the building and inside should all make for a great fan experience. If you were to ask me, and I get it, we had an outdoor game here at Commonwealth last year, right? The Heritage Classic. I didn't go. Tickets were crazy expensive, and I was also pretty cold, I think, if my memory serves me correct. Not as cold as the original.
Hey, yeah, I was there, man.
It's all relative. Would I go to a Winter Classic in a different market? Yeah, I think I would, because I think like it's such a catch-22. When you're in the stadium, you definitely cannot see anything, right? Like, you're so far away from the ice, but it's part of the experience more than anything, right? So I can appreciate what the NHL is doing, but I'll also hear the naysayers that this gimmick is played out of playing in warm climates, non-traditional markets, the outdoor game in general. You've done too much of it, done too many. I hear those, but I don't think I'm quite there yet.
To me, like, it's not for you and I sitting on your couch at home. It's for the people in attendance. Like,
even though like the Lake Tahoe one, watching it on TV was so cool.
Yeah,
because like it just with the right camera shots, the visuals were incredible to see the lake, the mountains in the background. And you would obviously get that in person times 10. But you're right. It is not meant for. Otherwise, it's just a hockey game.
It'd be cool if we did that a little more rather than going to like baseball stadiums. I mean, like, let's just do this where nobody can see. Well, if nobody can see anyways, does it all have to be about revenue? Let's like do one up at Lake Louise.
So cool.
Like it'd be so Edmonton, Calgary meeting outside, like the baseball Field of Dreams game they did
in Iowa. Oh, it was so
giving
cool.
You goosebumps thinking about it.
Like, and the way that game went was so awesome. The walk-off home run into the corn. Like, come on, man.
That's like one of the coolest things. So, and you're in a position in the NHL where you can do those sorts of things. They got to go back to the big house, I think, at some point again.
Yeah.
I would rather utilize college football stadiums. Obviously, tougher to do in Miami where it's so warm. But yeah, I think I like it. I like that they keep on doing it. I
push the boundaries, see how far you can go.
I'm on board with getting new teams involved as well.
Yeah, like, oh, great. We get to watch Detroit and Chicago play on January 1st again. Hooray.
Don't need that every single
They're
time.
out of ideas for jerseys. Let someone else try. Now, some of the jerseys will suck, like the Panthers ones, but at least they're trying. It's a new look. You get to try something else.
Yeah. Lance says it was 2020. That's why I don't remember it, the year they moved.
Oh, that makes sense.
It was I remember, like, that was SoFi opening up too. So 2 world-class stadiums. Not allowed to have people inside.
Get out of here.
Well, Levi says there should be one in Canada every year. Levi, I'm with you.
Like, but I think that's the spot for the Heritage Classic.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
And like, who cares what the difference is? I guess maybe the coverage would be a little bit different from the NHL and national broadcast perspective. Like with TNT, they didn't bring the whole TNT crew up here for the Heritage Classic, did they?
I don't know. I mean, who cares?
What? So, but like,
for me,
for us, we don't care. But like, the point of these games is to get some extra attention from people that aren't normally watching hockey.
Yeah.
Right. And so having the TNT crew up here would do that. But like, let it just be for us to enjoy as Canadians.
Just do it.
Have it at BC Place again. The indoor-outdoor game.
Yeah. So yes. Maybe not.
See that type of idea, get it out of my face.
Yeah.
That is just stupid. Now this one down in Miami, it is in a dome stadium, but they're opening the roof.
If you open the roof, it's
Do
cool.
it at Rogers Center. Get the roof open.
Like in
Toronto.
Toronto? Yeah, better than BMO.
Yeah.
The Rogers Center, no, Skydome, sorry. It's always Skydome to me. Great spot for a ball game. When I went there, I was like, I'm a little unsure. Like, how do I get around? It was so easy to navigate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never been to Toronto, save the airport, so.
You got to go. You got to go one of these days. Our text line is 1-833-401-1440. The Oilers in action, as we did mention. Duke, a couple moves from the Oil, maybe trying to get some scoring going. Hudson and the Iceman, Ike Howard. They say call him Mike, but everywhere the Oilers put it out on social media, it's Isaac. So I'm torn in what to call him. So I'm gonna just
be like Ike,
be like Wanye, Iceman.
Iceman.
Where do you want to see these guys injected into the lineup? I mean, is this gonna? Where do you think they go?
Where if I was the head coach, at this point I would move Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to play third line center, and one of these guys would be playing on the top line beside Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman.
I like it.
And if I'm taking it a step further, maybe not. At this point, I'm probably putting Jack Roslovic back on Leon Draisaitl's wing. I think him and Podkolzin could use a little jump start here.
So Savoy's on your third line.
So Savoy would be on the third line with Nuge and the other of these two players if you're putting both in the lineup on one night.
And then your fourth line, Janmark, Henrique, Frederick?
Honestly, no. I would have Janmark, Lazar, and Henrique.
Frederick's coming out.
I would sit both Andrew Mangiapane and Trent Frederick in the press box. What have they done to keep earning even the limited ice time that they get? Mainly Mangiapane on New Year's Eve, played under 8 minutes.
Yeah.
A game after being healthy scratched.
And like, you're on the second line. You're playing with Leon Draisaitl. To be removed from it so quickly.
So, like what did Spec say this morning? It was like 3 shifts.
That might be partly Chris Knobloch, but also like how frustrated he must have been to do that. Like, I give you this chance, and 3 shifts. It's not that much to get going, but you got to be ready to get shot out of a cannon if you're Andrew Mangiapane at this point.
You would think.
Well, I guess we'll see how it ends up working out. I guess the boys will be here probably later today, and we'll report back as the day rolls on. Of course, you got Low Down Low Tide from noon till 2, and then the Gregor Show from 2 to 6 here. I'll be sitting in. You and I doing 9 hours total.
We're the big dogs.
Austin Low Tide. Do you guys think it's crazy that Patrick Kane is not on the U.S. roster and their captain, like Matthews? Really? From Levi? Oh, Matthews at the Hattie last night. I don't know. I mean, does he like? You could have him there,
but let's be honest. If you're gonna dissect the American roster, which we kind of did this morning to an extent because it came out at like 6:30 our time.
Yeah, that's early.
It was early. Like if you're nitpicking the forward group, is Patrick Kane third on your list of next guys up? Fourth? Because I think Jason Robertson, Cole Caulfield would both be like the next men out.
Yeah.
If you're replacing Trocheck, Miller, Nelson, whatever. And then you look at the rest of it. Which of these guys are you taking off for Patrick Kane? Boldy, Connor, Eichel, Gensel, Hughes, Keller, Larkin, Matthews, Thompson, Kachuk.
It would just be like a legacy pick.
It absolutely would. Now, the Canadians have the benefit that their legacy pick would be on the team 9 ways to Sunday in Sidney Crosby.
Sid the man.
Right? Now, I think Kane has played well this year, made a good push, but if the Americans want to, this is a very inexperienced forward group at international level, and a pretty young one at that, right? Like, who's the oldest player on this front end? JT Miller, Brock Nelson,
Eichel,
or Trocheck?
They got some youth. Well, Connor and Eichel will be the same age, right? Austin Matthews a couple of years younger. Obviously, Brady and Matthew.
I think it might be JT Miller, or maybe Brock Nelson. He looks way older than he is, but he is still a little older. And then the back end, like Anafin, Seth Jones, those are guys that are a little bit more seasoned. Werenski's been around a long time, even if it doesn't even really feel like it. But like, this is a really good team.
It is funny though, because even if you say like international experience, Patrick Kane doesn't have that much either.
He was at both last 2 Olympics, was he not? Or he might not have been on the 2010 team.
Was he?
Because that was right on the rise of the Blackhawks. That was obviously their first cup.
I'm just looking at and maybe Hockey DB missed it, but they've got his World Junior and World Championship in 2019.
I have
his Wikipedia say.
I have the 2014 thing open right here, so I'll just pull up the American roster.
He would have had to be there.
Unless he was hurt.
Patrick Kane was on 2010.
2010?
Yeah.
He would have been their young buck then, hey?
Yeah.
20 years old?
Yeah, he was on both the 2010 and 14.
So why does Hockey DB leave that off, I wonder?
And Brock Nelson, 34, is the oldest.
Thank you, Donovan. Yeah. Good looking out.
Looks the oldest, is the oldest.
Is the oldest. Facts.
I mean, if you would have put Patty Kane on this team, I'd say, okay, yeah, like I get it. But also at the same time,
there would have been one more name that you're like, why didn't they make this team?
But they already have, like you said, 4 of those names already. Good problems. You're obviously doing good things. What do you think of their back end there? Faber, Hanifin, Hughes, Seth Jones, McAvoy, Sanderson, Werenski.
I think it's a lot better than Canada's back end.
Yeah. It's pretty solid.
Like these are
a good team.
These are all guys that can play the game pretty much at both ends to an elite level. Now, some of them are better offensively than they are defensively, right?
I didn't even mention Slavin, who's like shut down.
He's hurt, but he is like arguably the best defensive defenseman in the NHL. But like they're key players, right? Hughes, McAvoy, Sanderson, and Werenski. And like, I mean, Faber was Slavin's partner at the Four Nations. Yeah, they were excellent.
He's solid
like
too.
Each of those guys, and Seth Jones, like they can move the puck, but they also are not liabilities in their own end. Which is like, I think we kind of saw that with the Canadian selection too. They wanted guys that can do it both ways. I don't know, with the exception of Cale Makar, who is still my number 1 D-man running away in the league. I think on collective, this American group is superior to what the Canadians have. It's really good.
Yeah,
really,
absolutely. Really, I mean, Canada beat them in overtime, and the United States could have won that with ease.
Oh, by the way, the Americans played that whole tournament without Quinn Hughes.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe they will again. I ain't saying it. Just
is that a threat?
You never know what could happen. On Team Sweden, no Mattias Ekholm.
Yeah,
sucks for him. Oilers fans spinning it positively that hey, that's good. Gets the rest. Maybe they're Patrick Kane, younger, of course. Gabriel Landeskog making the team. I think that's very cool. I don't know, like if we're talking Swedes that missed the cut, was there any that really stood out to you? Like,
well, the names that were on the Four Nations one that did not make this were Victor Arvidsson and Gus Nyquist. Not Gus Nyquist, solid player, but
and Ekholm.
And Ekholm, yes. Sorry, but like Arvidsson. Well, now listen, if Arvidsson played every game like it was against the Edmonton Oilers, he'd be on this team.
The motivation.
He was unreal at New Year's Eve. Might have been the best player. Gus Nyquist, I believe, still does not have a goal on the year. Did he not score against the Oilers, and then that was the one that was called back? Or am I thinking of a previous Jets game?
Well, I'm just gonna agree.
They all blend together for me. They really do. But Pontus Holmberg, that was Donovan's big thing, saying, "Why is that guy on this team?"
He wasn't alone. I saw the old
Twitter machine going ahead.
Yeah, well, hey, we'll see. We'll see what his usage looks like. Good for him, though. I mean, cool.
Good for him. Like, let's be honest. If you're looking at the other options, is he really that far of a cry from Victor Arvidsson or Gus Nyquist?
I mean,
we're talking about a 4th line player on a team that is not nearly as deep as what the Canadians and Americans trot out.
These teams will bring it, but they don't have the depth of Canada and US, right?
No, but man, this Swedish blue line, I think I would maybe take it over Canada's too.
Scrolling through, where'd I put it?
Anderson, Broberg, Brodin, Dahlin, Ekman Larson, Forsling, Hedman, and Carlson.
Some older guys.
Yeah.
Good combination.
I actually thought Erik Karlsson played quite well at the Four Nation face-off.
I feel like you put him with skill players, he's going to look really good.
Yeah.
Like what wheel around out there.
Karlsson is a guy that you say like, okay, we're bringing him here to run a power play, to try and generate offense. It's probably not going to be killing any penalties.
No.
I'll say that.
No need. You got Hedman. You got few other guys
like
there.
Forsling and Brodeen, right? And Anderson, who brings a little bit of the edge to the game,
Yeah.
Which isn't as welcome at IOC or at double IHF events. But we clearly see that teams aren't just leaving guys at home because they're a little rough around the edges.
Tom Wilson running around.
Tom Wilson,
yeah.
It's kind of the
Kachucks
part of
both
the bread
do
and butter for the Americans, with the Kachucks leading their forward group, right? So, yeah, I like the Swedish blue line a lot, and their goaltending. I mean, you have the two Minnesota guys.
Cool for them.
Pretty tough to argue with that.
That's sweet. They'll maybe hop on the jet together. Yeah, it's going to be a real fun tournament. I've got all the rosters posted up at our Facebook page, so if you want to go check them out. You know, I was up early. I was up ready and copy and pasting those lineups. But hey, man, we're 6 weeks out. February 12th, it all gets going for Canada. Cannot wait. Let's take a break here because we are far behind. We'll keep the text rolling in here, 1-833-401-1440. And coming up next, we'll also give away a $50 gift card to First Round. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and Twitch, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
When picking a New Year's resolution, try to avoid things you have no influence over.
Like bringing home the cup? That would be awesome.
But completely outside your control. Instead, pick something you can control, like bringing home some Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
That would also be awesome. But what if we brought the cup home to Canada and it was filled with Will Hawk Beef Jerky?
Okay, I'll allow it.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky, only available in Leduc. Get yours today, because you don't win cups with salad.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
What a performance by Action Electrical today. Their projects team kicked things off, designing and building with unmatched skill.
Then the service team swoops in for those crucial repairs and maintenance. And don't forget the testing team, ensuring everything's safe and sound before the solar team scores with sustainable energy.
A complete team effort. Have Action Electrical bring home a win for you and your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Do you sit around at work listening to sports radio all day? That's right, my friend. There's no shame in it. It's the good life. And we're not here to snitch. Say, if your company advertised on Sports 1440, you could be the one listening for your company's ad every day. Now you've got an excuse to listen to Sports 1440 all day. It's part of the job. Sounds like someone's getting a promotion. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca and let's get to work for you.
He's heading into the driveway. Temperature's dropping fast, folks. He opens the hood and, oh no, the battery's on thin ice.
Yeah, that's a tough break, Tim. I mean, you can't expect to compete and win with weak parts in your game like that.
But wait, he's made a clutch move. He's gone to Napa Auto Parts for the win. They've got batteries, winter-grade oils, antifreeze, and wiper blades built for cold Alberta conditions.
That's a championship play, Tim.
With over 85 Alberta locations, visit your local Napa store today or shop online at napacanada.com. That's Napa know-how.
Imagine a family get-together where the smiles are as genuine as the conversations. That's the feeling you get at Nisku Ford, a family-owned dealership where finding a new Ford feels just like catching up with old friends. Here, you could take your time, explore the latest Fords, and enjoy the no-pressure atmosphere. It's not just about cars. It's about family, comfort, and trust. The coffee's on, so drive into Nisku Ford or visit niskuford.ca today. Above expectations.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:29, and welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon the Duke Douglas here. Got Josh Fenwick and Donovan Paulson here, taking you through the news and notes of the last, 24 hours. Team Canada, of course, released earlier this week. You had the U.S., Finns, and Swedes announced earlier today for the upcoming Olympic Games. Oh, my goodness. We are getting close. 6 weeks away. The show brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Go pay him a visit in Leduc. This segment's going to be for elksnation.ca, a weekly podcast with Eddie Steele and Declan Kruger, taking a look at the green and gold, the most in-depth double E football coverage you'll find out there. Podcasts, videos, YouTube, Apple, Google, Spotify, and articles at elksnation.ca. Just a couple more texts here. Gord said, Celebrini on pace to score more points than McDavid in his second season. Looks like the real deal. Yeah, well, no doubt about it. Macklin Celebrini is phenomenal. I think, Lance, you can confirm this, but I think he was asking earlier on in the season, should I trade him? Is it high? Do we think there's going to be a fall off? I believe the advice was to keep him because, he's doing outstanding things and hope he continues at the Olympics. And I wonder, Duke, just naturally, those games start at 10 o'clock Eastern time. I think there's a good chunk of hockey fans who, don't stay up that late to watch San Jose Sharks games because for a long time they haven't been good. And, now they've got some nice young players there, but none better than Macklin Celebrini. So I think for a lot of hockey fans, a chance to get to know him and see what he's all about. Also, Levi says, why Sanheim over Chychrun? Don't know. I was one of the ones that I think a lot of people had Chychrun. Maybe you were Scheifele, maybe you were Hyman, but a lot of people questioning some of the picks on Team Canada.
Yeah, I think Doughty and Sanheim were the names on the back end that people were raising an eyebrow at. And I use that phrase because I don't think any of the choices for Team Canada were surprising. These were all names that were in the mix,
in the discussion,
and very much up for discussion, and had either played the Four Nations face-off or were one of the last players cut from that team, however you want to phrase it. So I hate to use the word surprising for Team Canada because it's not like all of a sudden they're Pontus Holmberg's on the team. Insert Canadian version of Pontus Holmberg. But and then up front, I think people are upset at the Cirelli selection, thinking that it's John Cooper's bias. And it probably factors in for sure. And then Mark Stone. That is actually the biggest one for me because I just thought he looked so out of place at the Four Nation face-off. He looked slow. I think I can say the same about Doughty, but they clearly had a little bit of a need for some right-handed defensemen. He has experience. He's a gamer. They like what he brings. How much is he going to play? TBD. But, I had Chychrun on my team, but I also had Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah. I would have loved to see Schaefer there. Just even if he's not playing, just maybe he's used in one game, just an injection of youth. But the way he skates, that would have been fun to see. And it's funny, we talk about those guys. Donovan had a really good point off air. He's just people talk about Cirelli and Hagel like they're scrubs.
Bums.
I'm just looking here. Anthony Cirelli, all this guy does is win. 2 cups, 2 OHL championships with 2 different teams. Obviously a part of the Four Nation face-off. There's something to it. And there is bias, I guarantee. Obviously his head coach being the head coach of the team impacts it immensely. But this guy's a good player. And when I think about Doughty, because you talked about him, I would almost be willing to bet, assuming he's on the ice, he's going to make a play and we're being like, that's why he's there.
Yeah.
He'll do something.
He has that in his bag still.
Yeah.
This is not 2012 or 2014 Kings playoff run Drew Doughty, for sure. But once again, this isn't a guy that's clinging to an NHL job and is there off nothing more than name value.
Exactly. Dave from Stoney says Horvat over Bennett is nuts.
I really don't agree with that.
No?
So Bo Horvat, I did not have on my version of the team, but he absolutely deserves to be there. He's a good offensive player and is one of the better defensive centers around the league. And his number one attribute is winning faceoffs. David Schlemko said it on Wednesday. He's like, when I played against him, I don't think I ever saw him lose a faceoff when I was on the ice.
Yeah.
And that matters. Now, Canada has a lot of centers. They do, but is it Horvat over a guy like Scheifele instead, right? If you're talking about someone that is actually maybe expected to play the center position. Bennett, I guess, does play center, but I don't think that would have been the reason for him to make this team. If he was on it, it would have been as a winger in my eyes. I was kind of surprised, but he also wasn't on my team.
I remember Bo Horvat's draft year. It was the same as Curtis Lazar, and they're kind of being compared as similar players, right? So there's east-west bias depending on which side you came from. Bennett, to me, like he does kind of have that edge, score some goals. Obviously was amazing in the playoff run last year for the Panthers.
The Conn Smythe Trophy.
Yeah, so like that, to me, that surprised me a little bit that he wasn't there. But like you say, like they're building a team, right? So on February 28th or something, we'll look back and decide if this was the proper team. Lance says, I disagree that the U.S. roster is good. I think it's extremely flawed, and they made some weird mistakes. The back end is small. I fully expect them not even to be in the gold medal round.
Like the gold medal game? Or like to not make the medal round at all? Because that would be shocking.
So here's my question. For a first-round gift card, text in your podium at the Olympic Games for the men's hockey. Who's first? Who's second? Who's third? And one person who does that, I don't care if you have Czechia winning the gold. It doesn't matter who you pick to win gold. It'll be totally random.
We have to agree with your choices.
If you don't have Canada finishing first, you're out. 1, 2, 3. Who's finishing in those spots at 1-833-401-1440? One person will get a $50 gift card to head out to first round downtown. Go see Franco and the crew. Are we consensus Canada here, guys, winning the gold?
Yeah.
No bias or anything. Donnie, you like to stir things up.
No bias. I'm taking Canada still to win the gold. Like I can't believe people are talking about some of these guys like they're bums, and even the Mark Stone thing. Like, look at the year Mark Stone's having, man. Like Mark Stone's having a great season.
He's got the clutch gene, I think.
I disagree with the Mark Stone stuff, but to say that this U.S. team is flawed, I think is just some unbelievable bias.
I mean, it's good. We should, have that rivalry between our two nations. Mark Stone, 22 games played this year, 31 points.
Yeah, like the production is still there, like that, and he's elite defensively, best stick from a defensive forward in the league. Like the foot speed is what concerns me against this caliber of competition.
So here would be my question for you then. Sure. You Mark Stone's playing. You listed the intangibles. Who are his line mates? Like
probably Anthony Cirelli.
Yeah.
As a fourth line center. And I don't know.
For me, he would play with Bo Horvat.
Oh,
and you would have
for me like Cirelli playing the wing.
No, I would.
Or do you think Cirelli's your spare centerman?
That Cirelli would be my spare centerman personally, but a Horvat and Mark Stone line, that is, I mean, you're not going to score a goal against that line. Those are two of the best defensive forwards in the NHL, bar none.
Because when Four Nation Faceoff started, it was Point and Stone with McDavid, right?
Yeah.
And I think that did not do Stone any favors.
He looked even slower than he probably actually was. But
so, yeah. So who's your top line? McKinnon, Crosby, and blank? Or is it something different?
I think Crosby will play with McKinnon.
Is that what I said? I meant to say Crosby, McKinnon, and who's your other one?
Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand? Donnie, who you got?
Reinhart.
Right. Okay. So who's McDavid's line mates then?
I have
Mark Stone and Anthony Cirelli.
He will raise them.
Yeah.
Back with Marner. As much as I don't love it, I think it's.
I think he probably starts there for sure.
Yeah.
And I think Reinhart plays on that line.
That's the beauty of this team. It can go any which way. I don't think it'll work out this way, but I kind of want to see Tom Wilson play with Connor McDavid.
Give him his Semenko.
Mixed
Very
with,
skilled player.
Also, could you just not see Tom Wilson being like a more physical, edgy version of Zach Hyman for this tournament? I can.
Just go to the
just go to the front of the net.
So here's a name neither of us put inside our top 6 is Macklin Celebrini.
He's pretty good.
He's my Crosby guy.
Didn't they say he and Crosby had good chemistry at the World Championship?
Him, Crosby, McKinnon. That's my first line.
There you go.
All right. Fun.
Now we're cooking with fire. Oh, US, you are in trouble.
You're done.
Let's take a break. Keep the text rolling in here. 1-833-401-1440. Tell us who's finishing top 3 at the men's Olympics hockey tournament. One of you will get a first round gift card. Very simple. A lot of Canada on top, but Big Dur has Sweden, USA, and Canada at third. Unless he's doing reverse order. Let us know. We'll be back. More of your texts here. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky.
Cantork has turned 25. That's right, 25 years of building tools so good, they practically torque themselves. Hard work and innovation equals problem solved. See our latest designs at cantork.com.
Excavators, loaders, lifts, compaction equipment, and more. Find the XCMG construction equipment you need. Available for rental or sale at Japa Machinery Group. Japa, helping build Alberta from the ground up for 50 years. Visit japamachinery.com.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. It's not lost on me that this radio ad competes with a lot of other dealerships on the air. So what sets us apart? Honesty. At Northgate, we believe in giving you the very best price we can with the most value possible. We aren't giving away free trips or paying off your credit cards, but it is my promise you will get exactly what you paid for every time. Stop in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
Action Electrical's projects team takes the field, folks, ready to execute the entire play for new commercial builds.
Absolutely. They're masters of design, build, sketching strategy from initial blueprints to core electrical infrastructure. The team never misses on complex projects.
Known for handling big league constructions and major renovations, ensuring flawless execution, hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
At Papa John's, our butter chicken pizza is a Canadian favorite, and we think we know why. We start with a velvety, tangy, and subtly sweet sauce. Then it's our better ingredients: fresh, never frozen original dough, juicy grilled chicken, and crunchy green peppers and onions. Sounds delicious, right? Well, wait till you try it. It's butter chicken made better. Order your large butter chicken pizza today for only $19.99. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Proudly locally owned and operated.
They're not just a grocery store. They're a butcher, a baker, a cafe, deli, rotisserie pizza, and restaurant, all under one roof. Loca Quality Market does food differently with 2 locations to serve you. Edmonton and Sherwood Park. Visit loca.ca.
Are you looking for an affordable business, group, or team outing this season? Why not catch the excitement of a game with the 5-time Junior Hockey League champions, the Spruce Grove Saints? With extremely affordable group and suite packages available and some of the lowest food and drink prices around, Saints games are the perfect night for your next group event. Get your group in on the action. For more information, visit sgsaints.ca.
At Fountain Tire, success is a team effort. They're committed to their team members and their customers. And that means treating your vehicle like it's their own and finding solutions that suit your needs. Because whatever the road brings ahead, they're on it with you. Visit fountaintire.com today.
Every coach needs a game plan. Plan your fantasy frenzy with Halley and Douglas right here on Edmonton's Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Welcome back. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas. The rest of us.
The others.
Them, Josh Fenwick and Donovan Paulson. Really the stars. We could not do this show without them because we would just be off air, Duke.
Facts.
Not actually true. You and I,
we know what we're doing.
We know we could probably do it. Now, without those two, Low Tide would be in trouble.
Carius would never see the light of the airwaves.
Carius would be dead air. Low Tide would be dead air. Low Tide ran a board. Gregor ran a board, so they might be able to do it.
Yeah, Kevin did Kevin started in radio, but we're talking like 60 years ago. the technology is probably very changed.
It has changed. I've seen it change. We have a wide orbit, right?
That's the system, yeah.
So if you might hear me just say Maestro, and that was like the prior program,
right?
And then people are like, "What are you talking about?
What is Maestro?"
So it's like, yeah, it was very similar, but it looked old.
But you weren't pulling records, or like running real tape.
When I learned radio school stuff, they showed me how to do it with like cassette tapes.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, just in case it goes down.
And you're like, if that happens, I'm out of the building.
Yeah, there was I did not see one insert cassette tape area where I could start that, but it was kind of cool. You're learning how to fade songs up and down with both your headphones. You felt like a DJ.
Yeah,
never utilized those skills though.
Too bad. Talent untapped.
Thrilled to have the youth over there, Donovan and Josh. Fantasy Frenzy is brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky. It is the home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at wilhockbeefjerky.com. A few more here rolling in. Just because we asked you, top 3 at the Olympics. What are you thinking? For a chance to win a $50 gift card to first round. Rose says Canada, USA, Sweden. Andreas, Canada, USA, Sweden. Dave from Stoney says Germany, France, and Switzerland. Could you imagine?
Could you imagine if the French?
If the NHL last second said, nope, you're not going, then maybe.
I'll be honest. If I were to give a outside team a chance, I might take Italy over the French. Because they've got a bunch of Canadians.
Oh, really?
That have Italian passports, I believe.
That's the way to do it.
I can't look at their team online, though, but I think that's how they manufactured this.
What if Leon Draisaitl pulled a Joel Embiid and became Canadian? That'd be a pretty good move. I don't think he would. Proud of his heritage, obviously. I never liked that from Joel Embiid. And now he wants to go to become French. Isn't he?
Where is he from? Originally French Cameroon?
I believe so. And then he became American.
Yeah, now he wants to go play with Wemby.
He's chasing titles. Olympic medals. Got the gold. That's where you should
Here's
stay.
the first 6 Italian players named.
I was looking at France.
Damien Clara, Ducks prospect, or at least he once was. Second round pick, actually. Diego Costner. Thomas Larkin, born in London. Raised in Coquillo, Trevisago. Daniel Montenuto from Thornhill, Ontario. Tommy Perdeller from Brunico. Played with Peterborough in the OHL.
The Pete's?
Yep. And Luca Zanata, 34-year-old from Pieve de Cador.
Where was Lucas Biza from? Switzerland?
He was Swiss.
Swiss, yeah.
But Luca Caputi was Italian, I think.
Great name.
Maybe also Swiss.
Now, who are the French first 6, Donnie?
Do you remember Oilers legend Johan Oviedo?
Yeah.
I do.
That's not how you say his name, though.
He is.
Is it?
No, it definitely isn't.
He is their star defenseman.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Pierre-Edouard Bellemare.
Okay, he's not bad.
Remember him? 700 games.
He can
700 games. Then it starts to thin out pretty quick. Actually, there's
Alex
Texier. But after that, a gentleman named Hugo Gallet.
I think it's probably pronounced Gallet.
Gallet, Gallet. Not French.
We're in Canada.
And then Jules Bosque.
Jacques. Yeah, Jules Jacques. I don't know how that's going to be pronounced. Jordan Perret.
Perret.
I guess. Perret. I don't know.
You didn't even take any French in school, Donovan?
No.
They don't pronounce T's usually.
What this is they're definitely of French origin. I can't tell you where they're from.
Well, France at some point.
It says right in here. Perret is from Autrans. Gallet is from Amiens. Bosk is from Bordeaux. Great wine there, I've heard.
Great teams.
Named after it. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Good for, like, hey, that's pretty cool for them. Going to the Olympics. Time to invest in some Hooked on Phonics.
Do they have that for other languages? I remember doing my phonics books in English.
Well, what's that program that you use to learn other languages?
Duolingo?
Babel? Yeah.
There's
We got to
a
get
number
some of
of them.
those. Josh, first time text says, talking about Team Canada lines, I think it'd be silly not to have Suzuki with McDavid. I also think Stone would be a good fit on a third line with Horvat and Wilson. Final three, Canada, Swedes, US. I'm excited to see Suzuki out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Very well deserved.
Yeah, 100%.
Same can't be said, I guess, for his running mate, Cole Caulfield.
Too short.
You just did the too short thing.
Too short. They want size on that American team.
Do they?
As we had the previous text, like, they're kind of small. Yeah. How was Caulfield doing this year?
Really good.
Do you remember when he started off really good? And it was immediately like, see, the Oilers messed up. Took Philip Broberg. Should have had Cole Caulfield. And I was like...
Well, they were also saying the same thing about Trevor Zegers, who, by the way, is a point-per-game player in Philly. See him here tomorrow.
Yeah. He now has the 4 seasons again, and he's happy about that.
He's happy. I don't really buy... Like, the Americans' back end is small. I mean, Hannafin, not a small guy. Seth Jones, big guy. McAvoy, not a small guy. It's like... I don't think their back end is small. Like, the only small, and I put that in air quotes, player they have is Quinn Hughes, who is, by the way, going to be their best defenseman.
Yeah. He wheels around pretty good.
Like, they're not bruisers. They're like, McAvoy is a physical player. Slavin is more so with his stick, but he's, like we said, the best defender, arguably, on the back end. Hannafin to an extent, I guess, but like they're just the common trait among this blue line, they are all excellent skaters.
Yeah. They move around
and have puck moving tendencies. Like, that's what they're usually known for.
Bad News said, that's a joke if McDavid gets Marner and Stone as wingers. I think it was a joke.
I don't think Mark Stone is going to be playing with Connor McDavid again. I'm just going to say that right now.
Just some here for you. Canada, Sweden, US from Colin. Richard has Canada, US, Czechia. Paulie says Canada, Czechs, USA. Dallas says Canada, Sweden, Finland, and then the US. Corey says Italy gets the gold.
That would really be something.
If Canada, and he has Canada at silver, so that means Canada loses to Italy.
Could you imagine? Talk about a national crisis.
We'd have to go live on air. You should get in there. Canada lost to Italy.
We have to go break this down right now. We just got absolutely lit up by Diego Costner.
Yeah, Diego. Canada, Sweden, US. Canada, Sweden, US. Canada, US, Finland.
So I've been trying to find, because on the Olympic website, it has the schedule, obviously through the round robin games, but then it just, like, for the medal round, it just says TBD. It doesn't actually say what how the seeding works, like, to get into the medal round and who would play who. And I did a quick secondary search to no avail, but like, Canada will play their group, which is Czechia, France, and Switzerland, right? And then after, like, each group, there's 3 groups. Each team will play 3 round robin games. I don't know how the medal round works. Like, how does it have to shake out for the bracket to line up that Canada could meet the United States in the gold medal game?
Well, it's kind of like their rink. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Yeah. All of a sudden, it's like it's February 15th, the last game. USA is playing Germany, historic rivals, and they're like, "All right, let's try and figure something out here for what we're gonna do starting on the 17th."
So the 17th, you have a playoff. So this is my guess would be each winner of their group gets a
bye to the quarterfinals.
And then maybe
there's other, like, play-in games into the quarterfinals.
Maybe, like, the next 2. It'd be tough to figure the math on that, but, like, the 2 best records do a playoff. I don't know.
So then there's only 3 teams in the quarterfinal. Quarterfinals would imply 4.
But then the playoff team gets in.
Just one spot.
I think so.
But then who are the other teams playing? The second place teams in each group?
Each other. You get the winner of each group plays each other. So if you had like, hypothetically, let's say Canada, Finland, and the United States each win their group. In my vision here, they go to the quarterfinal immediately. and then there's that playoff day. That's the day before the quarterfinals. Maybe it's like the top 2 teams remaining. Maybe it's Sweden and the Czechs play, and then the winner jumps in. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's weird that there's 3 groups.
That is weird. It seems to make things unnecessarily complicated.
What's the group of death? Group B, obviously.
Yeah, Finns, Swedes. It's like Slovakia has NHL players, right? And then we know Italy's going to be a powerhouse.
Canada gets the Czechs, Swiss, and France.
And the States, Germany, Latvia, and Denmark.
Who should we give the prize to? Any preference here, Duke?
How about Andreas?
Andreas, you're the winner. Please text us your email, and we'll get you hooked up with that $50 gift card to First Round. That's going to do it for us here. Duke's done for the day. Josh has 2 more hours, and Donnie P is going to be here till 6. We'll be back for the Jason Greger Show, and Declan Kruger will join us as well. So I'll keep it locked here in Sports 1440 for the rest of the day. Going to be a couple of great shows coming up. Let's get to a Sports 1440 update with Donovan Paulson, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Check them out online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com, only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
NHL action getting underway in just over an hour's time. You've got the Blues hosting the Vegas Golden Knights. The Winter Classic goes at 6 o'clock tonight between the Panthers and Rangers. The Wild are in Anaheim to play the Ducks, and the Kraken, they clash with the Canucks. Some off-ice news in case you missed it. Quinn Hudson and Ike Howard have been recalled by the Edmonton Oilers. Some Olympic roster news. Matthias Ekholm has failed to make Team Sweden. You have Jason Robertson, Cole Caulfield, and Adam Fox missing their American roster. Some college football playoffs action currently underway. Texas State up 7-0 on Rice in the Armed Forces Bowl. You have Navy clashing with Cincinnati in the Liberty Bowl. Wake Forest and Mississippi State, they get underway at 6. And Arizona and SMU, they clash at 6 in the Holiday Bowl. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Donovan Paulson. That's your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6